real moss, I think. It feels real. Hey, I've just been having lunch with some of my Sasquatch pals out here in Subaru's pretty amazing booth display, which they've managed to convert to look like a forest, a national forest or nature preserve, but they changed everything. This wall displays all kinds of environments. The floor changes kind of terrain. It's great. It's by far the best booth design anywhere here at the New York show. So way to go, Subaru, for giving us a lot of fake nature to enjoy. So this is what I think might be the most disappointing car at the entire New York Auto Show, and it's really all because of a name. A legendary name, Blazer. Those of you may remember the Blazers of the 1970s and 80s, the K5 Blazers. They were cars that competed with like Jeeps and Broncos. You could take the top off, they were rugged, they were useful, they could do all kinds of things. And for some reason, GM decided to put this storied name on this extremely anonymous, could be pretty much anything SUV. If you had any affection for the Blazer, just seeing what this thing is and what they decided to put the name on is just a gut punch of who gives a crap, because it's so sad and normal and boring. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it. It looks okay, but it also looks kind of like the Traverse and the Equinox and the other things. Like the differences between them are like, you're gonna lose them in any Costco parking lot. So this is disappointing. The Blazer used to mean something, and as of now, it doesn't mean jack. So the Honda Clarity is one of those cars that I think most people forget even exists. You don't always see them that often, and they're kind of a strange thing that you just don't even think about. However, for the purposes of this show, since I decided I'm giving out awards, I'm giving the Clarity a very special award, and that's the award for looking the most like what a modern Citroën DS might look like. Because it's got a generally Citroën DS shape, it's got the skirted rear wheel, and it's just kind of weird enough to pull it off. So when you think about it in terms of a modern DS, it suddenly gets a lot more interesting. So way to go, Honda. I know this was your plan. So one of my favorite things at this New York Auto Show has to be this little car from Genesis. They call it the Mint, and it's just a charming little car. For one thing, I'm glad to see anybody making a small city type car in this era of ridiculous, stupid SUVs and all that crap. And I'm also excited to see a car that doesn't look like it just wants to kill you. This has got great little proportions. It's just a fun design, and they did some really novel things. For example, because it's designed for use in the city, they figure you'll be parking on parallel parking and loading it in and out. So instead of a hatch, they have these great little flip-up side doors for the cargo area. The interior is beautiful. The whole thing is just charming and fun looking. It's got, like I said, great proportions, wheels at the corners. It feels sort of like the old Pike factory cars that Nissan was making in the early 90s, like the Figaro and the Pau. It feels like a premium, modern, upscale version of that. So I just wanted to point out, this is a great new direction for cars to go. I'm very happy to see premium, appealing looking small cars again, and I hope this is something that actually gets on. So, you know, way to go, Genesis. I like this thing a lot.
Does it come with the
I'm gonna have to be kind of quiet because there's representatives from the company that built this car all over the place, and if they hear me bad-mouthing it, God knows what they'll do. If they made something like this, they're capable of committing pretty much any atrocity imaginable. This is by far the stupidest, worst car here at the New York Auto Show. They want $2.2 million for what's basically a Ford F550 work truck chassis piled up with pureed rich dipshit compressed into ugly panels to make it look like what someone thinks a stealth fighter looks like after doing like about a week's worth of ketamine and bad ideas. It's terrible. It's just insecurity and leather layered one on top of the other with gold and champagne slathered on. If you want everybody to know what a dipshit you are from miles away, this by far is the best, loudest, stupidest way to do it. If you're paying $2.2 million for this hunk of shit, you're a fool who doesn't deserve to have, use, or spend money. This is an idiot mobile. It's awful. So we've seen a ton of cars at the show. There's all kinds of interesting things. But if I had to pick the one car that's my favorite, and then that means the one that I'd feel the best about actually driving around, being seen driving around in, I have to say it is this 1971 Super Beetle wrapped in gold by Phenomenal Vinyl. It's down here in the basement. All the other big manufacturers are somewhere else, and you could pick anything. You could have picked, there's Alfa Romeos up there, and Lamborghinis, and Koenigseggs, and all kinds of amazing stuff on the floor. But if I have to pick the car that just makes me the happiest, it's going to be a gold Beetle, because everybody who sees this is going to be delighted. It's unpretentious somehow, even though it's solid gold, and it's fun. So yeah, my pick, best car at the New York Auto Show, this 71 Super Beetle wrapped in gold.